everyone, my name is Vuvu and you are watching Vuvu Vena Reads. Apologies for my absence. I'm still trying to figure out ways to have a routine around this channel in my actual day-to-day life. But until then, you might experience like peaks and falls because truth be told, I'm a single mom of 2 toddlers. I work 9 to 5, sometimes even more than that, and I have other interests that I'm trying to do, but this is definitely something that keeps me breathing. So it's something that I absolutely love, which is why I'm trying to figure out the best way to incorporate it permanently into my life. With that said, I am bringing you a very, very late and probably disappointing July wrap-up. In July I read 2 books, just 2, and that is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban as well as Educated. So by now you guys probably know my thoughts on both, because if you can't find me on YouTube, best be guaranteed I am active on Twitter as @VuvuVena_reads. I want to be sure that I'm telling you the right thing. @VuvuVena_reads. No underscore. @VuvuVenaReads on Twitter, and then on Instagram it's @VuvuVena_reads. So if you cannot find me anywhere on the YouTube platform, best be sure I'm up on there. And as you already know, my challenge for this year is to complete the Harry Potter series. So this is book 3 that I read in July, which I loved, but definitely not as much as the first 2 books that I read. I keep saying there's not much that I can say about the Harry Potter series, but I do mean to do a full video on the series once I'm done. So please do keep an eye out for that. But Prisoner of Azkaban for me didn't hold much of a story that required so many pages. I don't know how to explain it. I don't feel like there was much to the story. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. But anyway, in the 3 that I have read, it isn't my favorite. It really isn't my favorite, but it isn't bad. So while I gave the rest 5 out of 5s, the first 2, this I gave a 4 out of 5. So it is still a good book. J.K. Rowling is still a very, very talented writer. The way that she mixes her words, how she chooses them, how she puts them together, how they flow, how they meet in chapter after chapter, like she's really talented. Like talent probably is even not the right word. She really has a great and beautiful gift, and for that I'm very grateful to possess this series. Like it's amazing. It's a very beautiful series. If you haven't read Harry Potter, please do yourself a favor, you won't regret it. So book 3 was a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed the read, but it wasn't my favorite of the 3 that I have read so far. Now this book I'm still processing. This is a memoir by Tara Westover. It's called Educated. I don't want to say a lot about it because I do mean to do a review once I have caught to my center. I finished this book at the end of July. It is now towards the end of August, and yes, I'm still processing, and I am trying to avoid bringing only an emotional review to you guys. I am trying to bring you a review of somebody who was emotional and then sobered up a little bit. But however, every single time I look at it, as you guys can tell, a lot still goes on internally. So I am still processing. At the end of this month, this was a book club pick. At the end of this month, we are meeting to discuss this book. Perhaps I'll take you guys along with me. Maybe then that will be the discussion, because I really don't trust myself to talk about this book. Suffice to say, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. And as always, there was the debate in my head of how do you rate a memoir, how do you rate an autobiography, how do you rate non-fiction. But I rated based on a number of things, and I think one of the most compelling for me, because I love writing so much, is how well written this book is. And for that alone, it is worth your read. Never mind the adventure, let's call it an adventure, that you are gonna go through while reading this. I'm so sorry, guys. I know if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, I said all there is to say really about how I feel about this book, but I will give you a sober review of this book. If I fail to do that, I will bring you along to the book club. But for now, this is what I read in July, and sorry for the late wrap up. And as you can see, I suck at TBRs, man. I had 5 books in my TBR in July. I read 2. And the 3 still haven't been read, because obviously me being me, and this is the reason why I always say to myself, Vuvu, why on earth do you keep going back to TBRs? But somehow you guys like them. I think you guys enjoy them when I do a TBR. Even in my smaller Nyana BookTube channel and community, it does quite well. So that's why after a while I'll be like, let me do a TBR, because also it's also to like enthuse me for those books, because honestly the books on my shelf that haven't been read are ridiculous. So that's why I do TBRs. But the real question here is, why do I do ambitious TBRs? That should be the question, and the answer to that, ladies and gentlemen, is, and yes, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. It's fun. Maybe I think if I can trick my mind at the beginning of the month that this is the number of books you will read despite how your life is set up, then perhaps, maybe, perchance, it will work out. And don't get me wrong, you know, the months where I really don't, I want plan to rush for a certain number of books, I really read. I read so well. Like, those months flow, man. And then catch me trying to say, yeah, 5 books this month, and then this happens, 2 books for you. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. But will I stop doing TBRs? Hell no. I won't stop doing TBRs. And in case you were wondering what I am reading at the moment, I'm doing something that I haven't done before, which I don't know how it's gonna work out. But on the 6th of August, right, we all know what happened. We were all devastated. We are probably all still devastated. I don't think that we will recover for a very long time, but Toni Morrison passed away, and I decided to grab the one book of hers that I hadn't read, which was Beloved, which is the one book that almost everybody has read, and everybody was going on about quotes from that book, and I really did feel a level of FOMO, I won't lie. So I decided, let me start Beloved. But then again, you guys know I am on a Harry Potter mission this year. The mission is real. I have drawn a line in the sand. This is the year that the series is completed. And so not simultaneously, let me not lie, like a day or 2 after that, I decided, let me start Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which is the book number 4 of the series. And so I'm reading both books at the same time. There are different genres which yeah, but I know my attention span. I'm one of those people like who wants to tick next, that's how I work. And so far that's proving to be a stumbling block for me, because that's how I'm wired. I can't truly honestly read 2 books at a time. Already this month though, I have finished one very small book, which is a collection of 2 stories by Paul Gallico, which is The Snow Goose and The Little Miracle, but they are in one book. So it's one book that I finished with those 2 stories, which I absolutely loved. So those 2, should I finish both of them this month, will bring the tally up to 3 for August. But we shall see, and we shall give you feedback at the end of the month. I'm just saying, I didn't give you guys a TBR, so let me just let you know what it is that I am actually reading this month. So without any more rambling from my side, thank you so very much guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate you guys coming back onto this platform as often as you do. I really do love you for choosing me. So please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and until next time, bye now.